Hi guys, this is Harris Sultan, the ex-Muslim atheist. I don't usually make response videos, but as you know, I get a lot of silly comments from a lot of religious apologists, such as, oh, if you know so much Islam, why don't you debate with people like Zakir Naik? Well, the answer is Zakir Naik doesn't usually debate with atheists. People like Zakir Naik usually debate with other religious apologists, whether they're Christian or Hindu or Jewish, because they know that they can pick other bullshit in their scriptures. So basically, at the end of the day, it just turns out to be a contest between whose bullshit smells better than whose. Zakir Naik has made a fool of himself in many videos, but today I'm just gonna pick one such video. There's a video on YouTube where a Hindu woman asked Zakir Naik, why are Muslim men allowed to have 4 wives? Well, Zakir Naik in his usual bullshittery style gives an amazing logical answer. Let's check it out.
Muslim men are allowed to marry 4-5 times, I think. So I actually don't see any logic in this.
If you read the Hindu scriptures in Ramayana, the father of Sri Ram, how many wives did he have? How many wives?
More than one?
More than one, 3 wives. Shri Krishna, according to Mahabharata, how many wives he had?
Unlimited.
Not unlimited, you don't know your scripture well.
No.
Not 4, not 100, not 1000, 16,108 wives. So why can't we Muslims have 4? What's the problem? If you read the Bible, Abraham had 3 wives. Solomon, he had 700 wives.
You see what the genius of Dr. Zakir Naik did there? This is a classic case of whataboutery. Because the questioner was a Hindu woman, that's why he had to attack her religion. He basically said, why are you talking about my religion? Your religion is worse than mine. Okay, I can't do as good an impersonation as Vidu is. An atheist here would have had no problem in rebutting him. He would have simply said, yeah, sure, both religions are bullshit, made by men for men to satisfy their manly urges. Up until this point, he has wasted everyone's time and not given a single defense for Islam and Muslims' 4 wives. But he will try to give it later on.
Quran says in Surah Nisa chapter 4 verse number 3, marry women of your choice in 2s, 3s or 4s. But if you can't do justice, marry only one. This statement, marry only one, is only given in the Quran and no other religious scripture.
Justice. What does Zakir Naik mean by justice? Well, people like Zakir Naik generally mean by justice that if you buy nice clothes for one wife, you should buy equally nice clothes for the rest of the 3 wives as well. If you buy a house for one wife, you should buy houses for the other wives as well. If you sleep with one wife, you should equally sleep with the other 3 wives as well. I think Viagra was invented for Muslim men so they could perform their religious duties. Jokes aside, the question here is, what if a woman can do justice? What if, in a world like this, there is a rich woman who can pick up 4 husbands from the streets and give her equally nice clothes, houses, and sleep with them? The common bullshittery that we get from Muslim apologists is that, well, parents have to know who the father is, and if a woman is sleeping with multiple men, she's not going to know who is the daddy. Like everything else, Quran comes up with a glorious idea which benefits men but not women. But that ignores many questions, such as, what if a woman is infertile? She's never going to have babies. So if the parenthood of a baby is in question, then there's no problem if a woman is infertile. She's never going to have any babies, so the problem of finding out who the father is never going to arise. The other problem is, what if you can use contraception, pills or condoms? In that case, a woman, hypothetically speaking, can use condom with her 3 husbands, but with one husband, she doesn't have to wear one. Then she has a baby, everyone knows who's the daddy. And lastly, if you don't trust your wife, if you don't trust her word, what about DNA testing? With DNA technology in this day and age, we can tell who the father is. If your answer is that back in Muhammad's day there was no DNA testing or even condoms for that matter, then that puts a serious question mark on your God, because Quran is after all the book of God. The God who claims to know everything, past, present, and the future. So when he made this rule for 4 wives for a husband, and not the other way around, does that mean he didn't know that there will be a time when condoms, pills, and DNA testing would be readily available? Think about it. This can only mean one thing. The author of the Quran had no idea what he was talking about. He made up a verse so he could keep the men happy. Because with men, you can spread your religion.
It's not compulsory, it's optional.
It's optional. Where's the option like this for women? I want this answer from those women who say Islam is the most feminist religion.
What are the logical reasons? Come back to logic now. If you see New York alone, there are 1 million females more than males. In USA alone, there are 7.8 million females more than males. In UK alone, there are 4 million females more than males. In Germany alone, there are 5 million females more than males. In Russia alone, there are 9 million females more than males. And God alone knows how many millions of females are more than males throughout the world.
Facts are the biggest enemies of Islam and people like Zakir Naik. People like Zakir Naik just lie so blatantly and blurt out made-up facts like there's no tomorrow. Instead of fact-checking, his followers and people on YouTube start clapping and go, whoa, how intelligent is Dr. Zakir Naik? Here are some of the facts. 1.04 males are born per female in the United States. 1.05 males are born per female in the United Kingdom and Germany.
If you stop this evil practice in India, our beloved country, stop the female infanticide, stop the female feticide, even in India, the population of female will be more than the male population.
Therefore, in developed countries, more males are born per female. This number remains the same up until the ages of 55. That means males and females are equal in number, if not more males per female. So females are a bit of a rarity. Now, the key point here is males do tend to die a little bit younger than females. So the number of males start decreasing after the ages of 55. But that can't be used as an excuse. And the number still is very minimal if you look at the whole population. You cannot use that reason to justify 4 wives because the number of males is never 4 times less than that of females, or even 2 times as less of female, or even 1.5 times as less of females. As we know, the age for marriage is before the ages of 55. That's when you can make babies. Most females can't make babies after the ages of 55. The trickery Zakir Naik used here is to use the actual number of more females than males in the world.
If your sister happens to live in America and the option is given to her, and suppose the market is saturated, every man has found a woman for himself. And unfortunately, my sister, or if your sister happens to be one of the women who has not found a life partner, the only option for them is either marry a man who already has a wife or become public property. Any modest woman would opt for the first.
This is where Zakir Naik fools people. There will never be a point if you are in America and under the age of 55, you would not find a single man. There will always be single men. As stats show, there's always 1 man per female up until the ages of 55. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked it, please share it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please support me on Patreon. Until next time, I'll see you again.